first things first, to get things out of the way, I have been sick. For those that are my returning viewers and those who know me, I have been sick for a while, and honestly, maybe for about 2 weeks, and my voice was not clear. Something is in the air, a lot of coughing, sneezing, and all of that, and I couldn't just show up here sneezing in this video, so I had to kind of wait all of that out, and I was supposed to shoot this video last week against this week, so that you'd have this video at least this weekend that passed, but unfortunately I couldn't make it because of my health issues. But thanks to everyone that wished me quick recovery in the community post that I made, where I explained that I'm sick and I couldn't publish early, and I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate the love and the support. See if I can lower this down a little bit. So a while back, one of you left a comment under my cold email video and said there is a scarcity of YouTube videos addressing how to write a compelling statement of purpose. This viewer was particularly interested in learning how to align their interest or research interest with the department's research areas. These are usually research displayed on the faculty pages. Also, since this is application season, I have been getting a lot of requests to review SOPs and application materials for lots of people. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard for me to keep up. Therefore, I took the liberty upon myself to make this video, which will be dedicated to writing a winning statement of purpose. It is my genuine hope that this video removes your writer's block and help you hit the ground running when it comes to writing a very strong statement of purpose. Here are steps 1 to 5 of writing a compelling statement of purpose. Step 1, conceptualize a thought-provoking opening statement. First things first, you need an opening statement. Okay, so imagine writing your SOP as going on a first date. You wouldn't want to start with, "Hi, I love physics, and here's a list of why I love physics," or the classic opening line, "Since I was a kid, I've always wanted to become an engineer." No, you can't start with the same boring line everybody starts their SOP with and still expect your statement to stand out or be unique. Your number one goal should be to hook the reader from the start, like it's a Netflix show, so that they binge read your SOP all the way to the end. Here's how you can start really strong. Instead of saying, "I have always been interested in chemistry since I was a kid," try saying something like, "As a kid, I once took apart my family's microwave to see how it worked. Spoiler alert, I couldn't put it back together, but that curiosity has never left me, and now I want to apply it to solving energy crisis." Did you feel that? It's the effect that comes into play when my curiosity is sparked. Doesn't that sound exciting? And I know it did not end well for the microwave in the story, but your SOP just got a lot more exciting to anyone who's reading it. And that is the point I'm trying to drive home. Now, to consider another example, you can begin with something like, "As a child in Nigeria, power outages were just part of life. It wasn't until my undergraduate studies in chemistry that I realized how crucial sustainable energy solutions are, not only for convenience, but for the quality of life." Once again, gotta take that in. That is a really strong opening. You are at this point drawing from the realities of your experience, and you're crafting a perfect opening statement that sparks curiosity, literally. For someone in the arts, say literature or English, for example, you could lead with an opening of something that sounds like, "Growing up, I devoured books like they were candy. Except instead of getting cavities, I developed a passion for exploring different cultures through literature." You see how that flows? See how that sounds? It's giving K-drama energy. It's giving, "This is interesting," it's giving, "Keep reading," and that is the energy you want your first statement to bring to the table. A second example for literature is saying something like, "Books have always been more than stories to me. They've been a way to understand different worlds. Growing up in rural Kenya literally became my way of learning about cultures beyond my own. If I were reading this, I would be very curious right away and would want to hear what this person has to say." At this point, no one is going anywhere. After reading that, you've just told them a snippet or a snapshot of your story and also provided a peek into who you are. If you were smart, funny, or simply a big nerd, it will come across in your first statement. When you look at your opening paragraph, I want you to be honest with yourself. Does your personality come across? If it does come across, then that is one way you know that you're doing the thing right. And that is the one way you know that you are on track with your opening statement. Step number 2, connect your current experience with faculty research interest. Now, to address this comment, from earlier. Let's talk about aligning your research goals and research interests of faculty members that you wish to work with. So think of this part as trying to convince someone at a party that you are into the same weird hobbies as they are. What you need to do is to make a connection that feels natural, not like you're trying too hard. Just it flows naturally. One big issue most people have is that they think not having any publications or research experience at the time of application is a problem. Well, breaking news. If that's you, I'm here to tell you it's fine. You can still get accepted and score amazing offers without publications or relevant research experiences. From my personal experience, I did not actually have any papers when I applied to graduate school back in 2017. And the only research experience I had was my undergraduate project, which I think everyone in Nigeria has it. Nothing more, nothing less. And yet, I secured an offer with over $50,000 in tuition coverage and stipend. And again, I'm not saying they gave me $50,000, that's not how it works. But combining tuition and stipend and all, you get the gist. That said, if you do have some experience prior to applying, make sure to mention it and explain briefly what the key finding was in that project. Then, mention your specific contribution to the work. If you mention your final project work, make sure to explain your contribution, what you achieved, and the final impact or implication of your findings. Listen closely. If you're applying to graduate school this fall and you do not have publications or research experience, it is fine. You can still apply. You do not need to have invented an electric rocket before the admission committee notices you. Instead, you simply need to demonstrate how your research interests align with the research at that specific school. One thing I will emphasize here is ownership and responsibility. What do I mean? If you truly have no relevant prior research experience, make sure you own it up, wear it like an armor, and explain the situation in your SOP. Do not try playing games with the admission committee. Simply show them that although you do not have research experience or publications, but still you are passionate and you are capable to do the work that is required of you. This is an example of how you can put this into words and basically reflect it in your SOP. Example number 1 is for a chemistry applicant with no research experience. If you're that person, you can write something like, I may not have formal research experience, but my curiosity for renewable energy is boundless. Dr. X's work on biodegradable polymers excites me because I believe sustainable materials are crucial to fighting climate change. My background in organic chemistry gives me a solid foundation and I'm ready to dive deeper. You see, you just need to show how their research sparks your curiosity and interest. Basically, demonstrate how you were inspired to aspire and perspire. Do not look that up, guys. You get the point, yeah? Okay, moving on. Example number 2 is for a computer science applicant with no research experience. For you, you can write something like, I haven't had the opportunity to do research yet, but I've been fascinated by Dr. X's exploration of AI in healthcare. During my undergrad, I worked on projects using machine learning, which has fueled my curiosity about its potential to save lives. I am confident that with my enthusiasm and commitment and interest, I can contribute to Dr. X's work and cutting-edge advancements in the applications of AI to various industries beyond healthcare. The take-home message for this step is that even though you are not yet the Einstein of your field, you can still show that you've got the interest and the brains to match the program's needs. So please remember, demonstrate interest and be open to explore other research areas beyond your original target. Please keep an open mind as you look up faculties and their research and be honest to yourself about the research you find interesting. It's really important that you find the work interesting. Step number 3. Use anecdotes and storytelling. For this step, let's talk about the art of storytelling. Instead of listing off your achievements like a robot, weave them into a story. Make the admissions committee feel something. Think of it like this. You are on a date with the admissions committee and you need to leave a lasting impression. What memorable story would you tell the reader to make yourself sound fantastic? Let me give you an example. Here's a typical boring statement that almost every applicant uses in their SOP. I have always been interested in sustainable energy and I am passionate about energy research. Great, but that's what everyone says. Meanwhile, if I were writing this SOP, here's the story version that I will use. I'll say during my summer internship in Lagos, I saw firsthand how an outdated power grid affected daily life through frequent blackouts, frustrated communities, and no easy solution. That experience sparked my drive to find sustainable energy alternatives that can actually work and simultaneously solve these problems. You see the difference? It's like going from meh to wow. This statement highlights why the applicant is interested in sustainable energy alternatives. It basically gives a why. With this format, the reader will be more invested in your story and your SOP. If you don't remember anything I have said so far, please remember this. It is not just what you've done, but why it matters. The why is very important to your reader. Step number 4, show your interest in things beyond research. This one is very brief, so I'll keep this one very brief and straightforward. So you've wowed the reader with your research interest and storytelling skills, and here's the secret. The admission committee also wants to know if you're actually excited about the school itself. You need to show them that you're interested in more than just their shiny labs and research funding. How can you go about achieving this? Well, you can learn fun things that happen on any university campus and student lifestyle using a quick Google search. All you need to do is to spend 5 to 10 minutes on Google and you will learn some interesting facts about any school you type in. So select the facts you like and feel like you resonate with, and then write about them in your SOP. Does that make sense? Okay, I think you got that one. Here's an example for an international relations applicant applying to Columbia University in the city of New York. If I were doing that, I would read about New York and I would say, I am thrilled about the interdisciplinary opportunities at Columbia. I am equally excited to immerse myself in the cultural and cuisine diversity of New York City. The city's global atmosphere will complement my studies and fuel my passion for international diplomacy. You see, now they know you're not just into the research, you are basically into the whole package. You have done your due diligence and you still like them as they are. You like the school, you like the city. And you're saying you love both and you can marry that two things and survive. A great example here is weather. If you're from a tropical or typically hot country and you're applying to schools on the West Coast in the US, in places such as California, Utah, Nevada, etc., you can say something like this. You can say you were born and raised in a tropical country, so you do not mind the heat in those areas since you are familiar with such weather in your own country. If you're from a cold country like Russia, for example, you can apply to schools on the East Coast in places such as New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Ohio, etc., where there's snow during the winter, and your excuse here is that you are used to the cold and you would feel right at home in those locations. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you make a solid connection that the reader cannot deny or doubt. And lastly, step number 5, mention how the university will help you achieve your future plans. All right, you've told them who you are and what you've done, but now as a reader, I want to know, where are you headed in life and how can the program you're applying to help you to get there? Keep this in mind. Your future goals should be ambitious, but also achievable. Don't go saying your future plan is to bring the moon down to earth just because it will be fun to try. Please be realistic and yet ambitious. So make sure to link everything back to the university's resources and ability to help you achieve your dreams. Here's how you can do this. For a chemistry applicant, you can say something in the lines of, through your program's focus on cutting-edge polymer chemistry, I aim to develop biodegradable plastics that can be used globally, especially in underrepresented or underserved communities. Your program's emphasis on sustainability aligns perfectly with my goal of creating materials that make a real-world impact. And from there, you can flesh out the story or continue to add what you like. Another statement you can write as a chemistry applicant can be something like, Dr. X's research in biodegradable polymers as a way to address global environmental challenges excites me because it directly addresses the issues I am passionate about. Your program's focus on sustainability and interdisciplinary collaboration makes it the perfect environment for me to develop the skills I need to create meaningful challenge or change in the world after I graduate. That is a perfect way to describe your plans and also mention how the school can help you to achieve it. Basically, you are telling them, I want to achieve this in life and this is how you can help me achieve it. For a literature applicant, you can say something like, my passion for post-colonial literature grew during my undergraduate studies, and I am particularly drawn to your program's focus on African diaspora narratives. Studying at your university will allow me to explore the intersection of literature and cultural identity, while also contributing to contemporary discussions on post-colonial theory. With a diverse student body and the faculty's renowned expertise, I believe your program will provide the perfect foundation for my future academic career. Once you write this, now you're not just telling them you have big dreams, you are also showing them how they can help you achieve those dreams and the specific part you see them playing. Think about it. Who wouldn't want to be a part of a success story? Everybody does. And that is a good reason why the admission committee will look at your application twice. Well, that's it for this video. But before you go, please do me a favor. If you found any value in this video and enjoyed learning something from me, hit the like button for this video down below and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I also encourage you to share this video with your friends or group chats that might find it valuable. Also, if there is a topic regarding graduate school application you would like me to talk about that I haven't addressed, if there's a question you have about this specific video or any process of graduate school application that I haven't yet talked about in this video or in any other video, and you have specific questions regarding graduate school application, leave the question down in the comment section and I will do my best to respond. I respond to every comment because this channel is still young, so I have the time and I have the energy and enthusiasm to respond to everybody. So please be kind in the comment section. To learn more about applying to graduate school, please check out my other grad school application videos that are linked below. Remember to always pursue growth, and I will see you in the next video.